Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna, can you all see the screen of Maharaj? You all can see the screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. First of all, we like to offer our humble obeisances at the lotus feet of His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj. By now, I'm sure everybody have heard the departure of His Holiness back to spiritual world, and it's indeed a great loss for all of us, because we're not gonna have any more physical association of Maharaj. And by the same time, we know it's a glorious departure, seeing a Vaishnava who have perfected his life and gone back home to spiritual world. So we pray at the lotus feet of Maharaj that we also will follow his footsteps by perfecting our human form of life and go back home to spiritual world. Hare Krishna. So I would like to start today's presentation with a quotation by Maharaj. So once His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said, Srila Prabhupada will save you from this dangerous ocean of material nature and take you back to the spiritual sky. Just remain attached to His divine lotus feet. So this was a wonderful quotation by His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj. And I also very fortunate to have a little association of Maharaj, especially in Mayapur. And the last time was I saw Maharaj during ILS in Mayapur this year. So Maharaj gave a few seminars. And one thing in my realization is that Maharaj has a strong attachment to Srila Prabhupada and to ISKCON. So in many of his classes, he will just talk about how we should be attached to serving Srila Prabhupada. And even in this quotation, you can see that Srila Prabhupada is going to take all of us from this material ocean. So we just have to stick to lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Okay, that's what Maharaj said. So I just want to share a wonderful pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving class to his disciple, and Prabhupada said then, you have to get attached to Krishna. You have to surrender to Krishna 100%. Then only you can go back home to spiritual world. So when Prabhupada said 100%, all the devotees, they put down their head. Because how to surrender 100% to Krishna? In this material world, in this Kali Yuga, how to surrender? It's not going to be easy to be 100% pure and surrender 100% to Krishna. Then Prabhupada could see that the devotees were disappointed. And Prabhupada said that, okay, if y'all can surrender 90%, y'all can go back home to spiritual world. Even with the 90%, the devotees still felt disappointed, how to surrender 90% to Krishna in this Kali Yuga and this material world. It's difficult. Then Prabhupada could see that. And then when Prabhupada was walking after the class, and he was walking out of the room, the hall, Prabhupada turned back to the devotee and said, even if you surrender 70% to Krishna, you can go back home to spiritual world. And Prabhupada said, just catch hold of my devotee. Just hold on to my devotee. I will take you back through the back door. Prabhupada said that, and Prabhupada walked off. So Prabhupada said that, even we surrender 70%, Prabhupada said, just hold on to my devotee. I will take you back through the back door. So all of us know there is no such thing as a back door in spiritual world. In Vaikuntha Loka, there's no back door. There are only 7 doors in Vaikuntha. You want to enter Vaikuntha, you have to go through these 7 doors. And all of us, we know there are 7 doors to Vaikuntha, but we never heard there's a back door to Vaikuntha. But Prabhupada said here, I'll take you back to the back door. So the back door here, what Prabhupada means, it is not physical back door, it's not a small gate or whatever. What Prabhupada meant by back door is Prabhupada's mercy. Prabhupada said, I'll take you back to the spiritual world with my mercy. My mercy will take you back. Of course, Prabhupada was so humble, he didn't say my mercy. He said back door. And that back door is actually Prabhupada's mercy. So all of us should understand that in this Kali Yuga, none of us can go back home to the spiritual world with our own endeavor. We are not pure enough. In this middle of Kali Yuga, we are not pure enough. What we are practicing is not good enough to take us back to spiritual world. I'm sure all of you are aware of what I mean. It's not easy to control our senses, to control our mind. It's not easy. So here, only proper mercy can take us back. So this is what all of us should understand. We are here in this movement, ISKCON, only proper mercy, which come to through our gurus, through our devotees, to the Vaishnava, will take us back to the spiritual world. So I'm going to share with you one story. One is a small boy. He was at a beach, and there were hundreds of starfish stranded on the beach. And the boy was picking one by one and was throwing back into the sea. Because if we don't do that, all the starfish are going to left dead. So he was picking one by one and throwing back into the sea. And then there was one man happened to see what the boy was doing. And the man came to the boy and asked, boy, what are you doing, son? And the boy said, I'm throwing back the starfish into the sea. And the man said, there are thousands of starfish stranded. How are you going to help all of them? You're not going to make any difference, he said. You're not going to make any difference. So, of course, because there are thousands of starfish on the beach. The boy took one starfish and threw into the sea. And he said, I made a difference. I saved one life. He said, yes, I made one difference. That is, I saved one life from the starfish. Yeah, hold on for a while. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Salam. Yeah, எத்தனை மணிக்கு வரீங்க? இல்ல நான் இப்ப கிளாஸ் ஓடி கொடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஜூம் கிளாஸ் 6 மணிக்கு வரீங்களா? ஓகே 6 மணிக்கு வாங்க. Okay, Hare Krishna, there was a call. Sorry for that. So the boy said, I saved one life. I may not able to save all the lives, but I saved one life. So this is what a great message all of us should understand. We are here in this world, our duty to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada came to this material world to save the mankind, but Prabhupada could not save all. Yes, he could not save all the people in this world, but Prabhupada saved so many people, millions of people Prabhupada saved. Even Prabhupada saved one life, and there's a great difference Prabhupada made. So now the duty comes to us. We are the next generation. We are followers of Prabhupada. So all of us should understand that our prime duty is to help to save the mankind. So here I'm going to talk especially about the empowerment of the youth. There was a great quotation by How I found. He said that empower the youth, they can change the world. He said that very nicely. He's actually youth. He have said that empower the youth, they can change the world. This is a quotation I'm applying in Krishna consciousness to our youth. If our youth can be empowered, they can change the world. We can change the world. For Srila Prabhupada, we can do that. So, in 1965, all of us know that how one 9 years old Swami from India revolutionized the whole world. With the help of whom? With the help of few youths. That's why. few youths. He didn't get help of nations. He didn't get help of so many rich people. He just got help of few youth. And a 69-old Swami, he revolutionized the whole world. That's why we are here in Christian consciousness, because of that one person, Srila Prabhupada, with the help of few youth. So today I'm going to talk a topic of a unique topic titled The Understanding the Mood and Desires of Prabhupada. Okay? So all of us are Prabhupada Nukas. We are followers of Prabhupada. Okay? Very, very important for us to understand the mood and desires of Prabhupada. Why Prabhupada came to this material. What is our duty? What is our responsibility to Srila Prabhupada? Okay? And I'm going to talk specifically on youth development foundation towards greater ISKCON mission. How by developing our youth, especially in Malaysia, where it can be a foundation, it can be a catalyst towards a greater ISKCON mission. That is what we want. We want a greater ISKCON in Malaysia. Okay. So I'm your servant Yaduraj from Krishna from ISKCON Taipei. Okay, at the end of this class, I want all the devotees, especially the youth here, whoever in this forum, to take back few takeaway points. First of all, you must understand Srila Prabhupada's real mood, goals in establishing ISKCON. What were Prabhupada's real mood? What were Prabhupada's goals coming to this material world and to establish the ISKCON? All of us should understand that. Okay, especially the youth, because you are the future generation. Okay, so these are the takeaway points. First point, I want all of you, the moment when we finish this forum, this presentation, I want you to have the takeaway points. Second point is that we want to understand the pivotal roles played by youth to achieve Srila Prabhupada goals. How the youth are very, very important. They are very, very important contributor to achieve Srila Prabhupada goals. Youth. Okay. And third point is that how you can be a catalyst, an integral part of ISKCON development. Okay, these are 3 points I would like to have the takeaway points by whoever in this forum at the end of this presentation. Okay, first of all, we must understand what is Srila Prabhupada's mood and goals, and what are the rules played by the youth to achieve Srila Prabhupada's goal, and how the ISKCON Malaysia youth can take part in achieving to bring ISKCON Malaysia to greater height. Okay. Patitapam Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is the savior of this material world. He came to save all of us. Okay. And he gave Krishna to the whole world. Yeah, he gave Krishna. Prabhupada had Krishna. That's why he was able to give Krishna to the whole world. He had Krishna with him. If he never had Krishna, he wouldn't be able to give Krishna to the whole world. He had Krishna. You can't give something you don't have. You can only give something you have. And Prabhupada had Krishna with him, so he was able to give Krishna to the whole world. Krishna was with Prabhupada. So Prabhupada gave Krishna. Okay. But I want to share one thing before I start my class. This is a wonderful thing I want to share. Once I heard a class from Gauranga Prabhu from Chaupati. He was giving a class. In that class, he mentioned that His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj once said, asked the question, what is the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga? Maharaj asked this question, what is the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga? Of course, all of us will answer the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is holy name, Prabhu, Sankirtan, Nama Yagya. Harinam Sankirtanam, chanting the holy name, is true. That is what is mentioned in the scripture. That is what all the wise Prabhupada taught us. That is why what gurus taught us. That is what the books mention. Harinam Sankirtan is the Yuga Dharma for this Kali Yuga. But His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj said, no, that is not the actual Yuga Dharma. Chanting of the holy name is not the actual Yuga Dharma. That's what Maharaj said. He said the actual Yuga Dharma is Vaishnava Seva. Maharaj said the actual Yuga Dharma for this Kali Yuga is Vaishnava Seva. Because he said, what Mahaprabhu said in Shastakam, third verse, Tanan hapi sunichena taro api sahishtuna. Amanina manadina kirtaniya sadahari. Mahaprabhu said, Maharaj said this. Mahaprabhu said in verse 3, Shastakam, that in order for us to chant this Hare Krishna mantra, kirtaniya sadahari, we want to chant this mantra constantly. We need few qualities. We have to develop certain qualities in us, which are the prerequisite qualities in order for us to chant this Hare Krishna mantra. We have to be humble like as a blade of grass. We have to be tolerant like a tree. We must be ready to offer all respect to others and do not expect any respect for ourselves. These are the qualities you must develop in order, kirtaniyas dahari, in order for you to chant this Hare Krishna mantra. And Maharaj said all these qualities can only be developed through serving Vaishnava. You can't develop the humility and tolerance. You can't develop these by chanting, by reading Bhagavad Gita, by doing native worship, by taking prasad. You can't develop these qualities. These qualities only can be developed through Vaishnava Seva, through serving a devotee. Maharaj said that. Once you have developed all these qualities, then only Kirtaniyana Sadahari, then you can chant this Hare Krishna. So Maharaj said, actual Yuga Dharma for this Kali Yuga is Vaishnava Seva. One Gauranga Prabhu said that for us, for a relationship to survive, there are two main qualities we should have. For any relationship, it could be mother and father, it could be husband and wife, it could be among friends, it could be among sisters, brothers, it could be among devotees. Okay. Prabhu said two important qualities needed for a lasting relationship is tolerance. He said we must have the tolerance, then we can have a lasting relationship. And second thing is a forgiving. We must be able to forgive. So these are two qualities we must have. Very, very important, especially for the devotees. Because these two are the foundation to have a lasting relationship, especially in this Kali Yuga. Okay? Once Srila Prabhupada said that to come to ISKCON is very difficult. Bahunam janmanamante jnanamam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti samatma sudurlabha. Krishna said that in Bhagavad Gita, correct? Millions of births you have to take. Bahunam janmanamante jnanamam prapadyate. Then you attain the Atmanya. And then you surrender to me. Krishna said, then you surrender to me. When you surrender, Vasudevam Sarvamiti, Krishna is cause of all, everything. Samatma Sudurlabha, such a soul is very rare. Krishna says such a Mahatma, very rare. So to come to ISKCON is very, very difficult. To get human birth itself is so difficult, right? To get human birth. And what to talk about to come to ISKCON, to develop a spiritual life. It's very difficult. That's what Prabhupada said, to come to ISKCON is very difficult. But Prabhupada said to remain in ISKCON is more difficult. It's more difficult to remain in ISKCON, Prabhupada said. Coming to ISKCON is more difficult to remain in ISKCON, Prabhupada said. But Prabhupada said that, but to remain happily in ISKCON is most difficult. Prabhupada said that. To remain happily in ISKCON is most difficult. So it's not easy. In the middle of Kali Yuga, in the middle of material world, for us to remain in spiritual world is so difficult. Once a disciple went and complained to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, is so difficult to practice Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada. Very difficult, he was complaining, And Prabhupada said, yes, it's very difficult to practice spiritual life in material world, Prabhupada said. It's very difficult to practice spiritual life in material world, Prabhupada said that. It doesn't go along. It's very, very difficult, yes. So to remain happily in ISKCON is very, very difficult, Prabhupada said that. But of course, there are method and techniques, where we can remain happily. It's very Prabhupada given all that in our spiritual, books. So there are ways and techniques given, not to say that is impossible. It's possible. We follow the instructions of Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada once shared a joke. There was one wife, elderly wife. She asked her husband to chant, chant, chant. And the husband said, can't, can't, can't. This is the nature of this material world. Very few, right? We ask people to chant. They say, can't, can't, can't. They can do anything. They can do anything and everything. But for them to chant is can't, can't, can't. One cannot remain in ISKCON if he has no tolerance. Prabhupada once said that. One cannot remain in ISKCON if he has no tolerance. Cannot. It's very difficult to remain. So it's very, very important for all of us to develop this quality, tolerance. Very, very important for us to remain in ISKCON. Because for you to remain in ISKCON, there's no any material benefit. Right? That you don't get any money, you don't get prestige, you don't get power, right? You don't get respect. Why you want to remain in ISKCON? That's what Prabhupada said that. Without all this, for us to remain in ISKCON, we need tolerance. Prabhupada said, very, very important. So once, Tamakrishna Maharaj shared one story, wonderful pastime with Srila Prabhupada. Tamakrishna Maharaj, that time he was a servant, personal servant of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada received one letter. And Tamakrishna Maharaj was reading a letter to Srila Prabhupada. In that letter, there was one temple president was complaining to Prabhupada, there's one devotee he want to expel from the temple. Temple president wanted to expel that devotee, Prabhupada disciple, also from the temple because he was nuisance, being so much problem. He's creating so much trouble. So he was asking permission from Srila Prabhupada to remove, to expel that devotee from the temple. And Tamakrishna Maharaj was reading the letter to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said, no, we cannot expel him from them. And then Prabhupada said, no, somehow the temple president must try to accommodate. He cannot expel a devotee. And Tamakrishna Maharaj said that, Prabhupada, I knew this problematic devotee, Prabhupada. He's so much problematic. I agree with the temple president, Prabhupada, that this person must be expelled from them. And then Prabhupada said, no, I don't agree. We have to accommodate, try to accommodate him. And then at that point, Tamakrishna Maharaj asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, isn't there a limit to your mercy? He asked Prabhupada, isn't there a limit to your mercy, Srila Prabhupada? And Prabhupada replied, Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu's mercy has no limit. And Prabhupada replied that Nityananda Prabhu's mercy has no limit. Right. So that is why devotee is very, very important for us to follow in the footsteps of the great acharyas, to follow teaching the great acharyas. Very, very important for us to have mercy for everyone, especially the devotees. In order to have that, we must have a great tolerance. Okay, very, very important. This is sloka I shared with you. Shasakap Tattvasanan Apisanichana Tarapisahistuna. Amanina Manadina Kirtaniyas the Hari. One must chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind. Thinking himself lower than a straw in the street, one should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of all prestige, and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So it's very important, okay? Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj, who authored Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, he said that devotee should have this verse made as a garland and put around our neck. He said that. Make it a garland of this verse and put around your neck. This Tanan Happy Sunichi. He says, so important this verse for the devotee. Okay. So that is why Prabhupada keep on emphasizing on that you must be tolerant. I'd like to share with you one story in the Bible, Luke chapter 18 to 22. Once a rich man came to Jesus Christ and he asked, "Oh my Lord, how to go back to the kingdom of God?" He asked Jesus Christ how to go back to kingdom of God. And Jesus Christ said, "I'll take you back to the kingdom of God. I'll take you back." And the man was very happy. And Jesus Christ said, "I'll take you back, but with one condition. You go and sell off all your properties, your wealth, everything, and donate to the poor. And you come to me. I'll take you back to the kingdom of God." Jesus Christ said, "You sell everything. Give out all your wealth to donate to the poor. I'll take you back to the kingdom of God." The moment the rich man heard that, he left without saying a word. In a sorrow face, he left Jesus Christ without saying a word. And Jesus Christ turned to his disciples and he said, "It is very difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God." And he said, "I repeat, it's more difficult for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God than a camel to go to an eye of a needle." He said, "You can take a camel and push through the small hole of a needle, which is impossible, correct? How are you going to get a camel to go through an eye of a needle? It's impossible. But you can get that through. Is more difficult than that is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God." So in other words, Jesus Christ saying it's impossible for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Why? Because of the material attachment. Because of attachment, because all the pride, all the bad qualities attachment. So we can't go back to Krishna if we have all these qualities. All the bad quality, all the anartha, we can't go. So that is why Shastra very beautifully, Mahaprabhu spoke. Very beautiful. All of us should meditate on Shastra. All of us should memorize and should meditate on the words of Shastra. It's a very wonderful verse. All the devotees should imbibe the meaning in our life, spiritual life of Shastra. Krishna consciousness is not for philosophical debate. It is not philosophical debate, but for transforming the heart of people. Okay? This is what we should understand. Krishna consciousness is not a mundane thing. It's not a technical, mechanical thing, No. Krishna consciousness is transforming the heart of the people. That is why Prabhupada have managed to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Because Prabhupada he changed the heart, he transformed the heart of the people. By his love, by his bhakti, Prabhupada transformed the heart of the millions of people. And now we are here trying to practice spiritual life by the mercy of Srila. Because Prabhupada transformed our heart by his love, by his bhakti have done that. So very important for the devotee should understand, especially the youth in this forum should understand that Krishna consciousness is transforming the heart of people. It's not philosophical debate. Don't waste your time trying to argue, trying to put your philosophy to them. You don't waste your time. You just spend time to transform their heart. That's what you should do. Okay. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and by the mercy of my spiritual master, I've been cultivating for the last 15 years in Taiping prison for the inmates, especially death center inmates. So by the mercy of Prabhupada, my guru. And they have transformed. They became a wonderful Vaishnava now. They are murderers, drug addicts, drug pushers, doing all kind of illegal activities. But now they have transformed. Many of them transformed. They become Vaishnava, first class Vaishnava. They're chanting 34, 40 rounds a day. They're waking up 3 o'clock morning. They're doing Mangala Arati, Tulsi Puja, all in this sound. They're doing all that. They have their own altar. They're reading Bhagavad Gita. They're reading Bhagavatam. They're observing Nirjala and Ekadasi. Wonderfully they're practicing. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada have transformed their heart. Yes, Prabhupada have transformed their heart. They have never seen Prabhupada. They have never seen. They only know Prabhupada through the books and through the process Prabhupada had given them. True holy name Prabhupada had given them. That's all they knew Prabhupada. And they have transformed. Seeing them, their family members are thinking of, they are becoming a devotee. Their wife, their children, their parents, they are becoming devotees. Because they see a transformation on their children and their husbands. So it's very, very important for the devotee to understand that for us to preach, it is not for us to give the philosophy. For us, preaching means transforming the heart of the people. That's what preaching means. Srila Prabhupada once, his son Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj once said there in a class, Srila Prabhupada gave to the world two gods. Yes, Maharaj said that Prabhupada gave two gods to the world. First, he gave Jagannath, that is an eating god. Jagannath Baladev, Maharaj said, they are the eating god. And second, Prabhupada gave Gauranitai. They are the dancing god. Maharaj said that. So Prabhupada gave eating god and dancing god to the world. Maharaj said that. Yes. So once, one lady saw three old men they were standing in front of our house. And she came out from the house and she asked the old man, who are you? Why you came here? Who you want to meet? Who are you? But they look very different. And one of them said, we came to see your husband. Then the wife said, oh, unfortunately, my husband just went out. He'll be back in 10-15 minutes time. Why don't you all wait in the house? And then you can meet him once he returned. And the old man said, no. We are not supposed to be in the house without a man. It's okay. We'll be sitting under the tree there, just a few distance from your house. Once your husband have returned, you call us. We'll come to the house. Before they leave the place, one of them turned and said, there's one condition. You can only invite one of us. You can't invite all three of us. You can invite only one of us. And one man said, the old man said, my name is Love. And the second one, his name is Joy. And the third one, name is Wealth. So you can only invite one from three of us. You can either invite Love, or Joy, or Wealth to your house. Then they went off and sat under the tree waiting for the husband. After about 10-15 minutes, the husband came back. Husband came back with the daughter. And the wife said, my husband said, there were three old men wanted to see you. And their name were Love, Joy, and Wealth. But they had a condition that we can only invite one of them. So who shall we invite? And the husband said, why don't we invite Love so that our house will be full of love? Then the husband said, no. Why don't we invite Wealth so that we can have wealth in our house? And the daughter said, no, why don't we invite Joy to our house so that our house will be full of joy? Then after about 10-15 minutes of discussion, they decided to invite Love to their house. And the wife went to the tree and saw the three old men were sitting under the tree. And the wife said, yeah, we have decided to invite Love to our house. So please, Mr. Love, please follow me back home. And Love was walking behind the lady to the house. But Joy and Wealth also walking, following Love at the back. And when the lady turned back, she saw three of them following her. And then she said to them, I thought you said that only one of you three can come to my house. And I've decided, when we have decided to invite love, then how come joy and wealth are following? And love told the lady, wherever love goes, joy and wealth will follow. And that's why the lady understood. So the message of this story is that we just have to fill our life, our heart, our house with love. Automatically wealth, joy, everything will come. That is why as a devotee, very important for us to fill up our heart, our house with Krishna consciousness, with the love of Krishna. Automatically everything will follow. Lakshmi, Saraswati, everybody will come and reside in our house or in our heart. Okay? That's a joke. Once a man asked a wife, if I die, will you remarry? The husband asked the wife, if I die, will you remarry? And the wife said, no, I'll stay with my sister. I won't remarry. I'll stay with my sister. And the wife asked the husband, but if I die, will you remarry? The husband said, no, I also will stay with your sister. Okay. Okay, let us start. Okay. I'm going to share with you a very fast walkthrough on the life of Srila Prabhupada. Okay. We're going to go, I'm not going to go through the whole detail. I'm just going to walk through on the surface the life of Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Srila Prabhupada was born as Abhicharan on 1st September 1896 in Calcutta, India. His parents' name was Sriman Gaur Mohan D and Srimati Rajni D. These Gaur Mohan D and Srimati Rajni, they were devout Vaishnava. They were devotee of Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada was born in a Vaishnava from a small. Prabhupada was a devotee of Krishna. He went to the Scottish Church College where he received a European-led education. Srila Prabhupada was very fluent in English. He was a good student and graduated in 1920 with majors in English, philosophy, and economics. That is why Prabhupada could speak to anyone, to scientists, to lawyers, to politicians, to philanthropists, anybody, activists, everyone, Prabhupada could speak. Because Prabhupada was such a very elevated person in general knowledge. He was very elevated. So, he became a devotee of Lord Krishna at a young age and loved to visit the temple. Every day he would follow his father to the temple nearby. In fact, he was so devoted that he preferred to pray to the Lord instead of praying with his friends. When his friends all engaging themselves praying, Srila Prabhupada used to engage in worshipping Krishna. From a small, he was so devoted to Krishna. And as you know, that Prabhupada organized a Rath Yatra on his own with the help of the boys. A small cart, he organized his own Rath Yatra when he was a small boy. And that is why Prabhupada was so attached to Jagannath. In 1922, he first met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, a prominent devotional scholar and the founder of 64 branches of Gaudiya Math. He met his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Goswami Maharaj took a liking towards the devout young man. The moment he saw Srila Prabhupada, he knew Srila Prabhupada is a special soul. And asked him on their very first meeting to spread Vedic knowledge through the English language in the West. First occasion, first meeting, Bhaktisiddhanta asked Prabhupada, why don't you go and preach in the English-speaking country? That was the first instruction given to Srila Prabhupada by his spiritual master. Abhicharan became his divine grace ardent student, and several years later he formally initiated disciple at Allahabad in 1933. In 1923, first he met Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, and 10 years later, Prabhupada took initiation from Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. In 1944, he started the publication called Back to Godhead from his home in Calcutta. Prabhupada started the magazine. Okay, now even after 50 years, we still have this magazine called BTG Back to Godhead. Okay, that was a brainchild of Prabhupada. The magazine, which aimed at spreading Krishna consciousness, was published and distributed by him single-handedly during the initial days. He was a magazine sole writer, designer, publisher, editor, copy editor, and distributor. Prabhupada will even distribute the magazine, sells his magazine by himself, one man show. Everything Prabhupada. A married man with a family by now, Srila Prabhupada retired from married life at the age of 54. Prabhupada took Vanaprastha at the age of 54 in 1915. After he gave all the responsibility to his children, to his son, take care of their wife, their family, Prabhupada left the Vrindavan. After 4 years, he adopted the Vanaprastha order to devote more time to his divine purpose. And Vrindavan, Prabhupada became Vanaprastha. He took up Vanaprastha to dedicate himself to Krishna consciousness. He then traveled to the holy city of Vrindavan, where he became involved in years of deep study and writing. So Vrindavan, Prabhupada was staying in Radha Damodara temple, and he was engaged in studying and writing. He lived a very humble life. In 1955, he renounced all his worldly ties and took the order of sannyas. So Prabhupada took sannyas in 1959. Prabhupada took sannyas before he started his journey, his historic journey to US. The same year, he began working on what would become his masterpiece, a multi-volume translation and commentary on the 18,000 words of Srimad Bhagavatam, which was so-called Bhagavata Purana. So while in Vrindavan, Prabhupada wrote 3 volumes. He wrote 3 volumes. The rest of the volume he wrote in US while after he departed to US. So in India, before he departed to US, Prabhupada wrote 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. The next 6 years of his life was spent in intense Krishna Bhakti. He took darshan of Madana Mohan, Govindaji, Gopinath, and Radharamana regularly and performed intensive Krishna bhajan. During bhajan, he received the blessing granted from Rupa Goswami. Okay, good Rupa Goswami himself came and blessed Srila Prabhupada and guided Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan, Radha Damodara. Okay, so he was, can you imagine, Rupa Goswami himself came and blessed Srila Prabhupada before Srila Prabhupada departed to US. So finally, in 1965, finally got a chance to travel to the West in 1965 when he bought a steamship bound from Calcutta to New York City. He was 69 at that time, but was so determined to spread the Krishna consciousness to the people of the West. He took into his heart the instruction given by his spiritual master to go and preach to the English-speaking country. Prabhupada, so many years, he did the planning, and finally he got a chance to go to US with the Jaladuta steamship. He founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which is known as ISKCON, also known as the Hare Krishna movement. In 1966, Prabhupada registered ISKCON in New York City in 1966, 1 year after he landed in the US. The founding of this organization launched one of the greatest growing spiritual movements in the history of the world. So ISKCON has became one of the fastest growing spiritual movement in the history of the world. Can you imagine? In 50 years, we have millions of devotees practicing, chanting, reading Prabhupada's books. Millions of people. They may not be devotee of ISKCON, but there are millions of people out there chanting and following the teaching of Srila Prabhupada. That is only happened in 50 years. So that is why ISKCON is considered one of the fastest growing movements, spiritual movement in the world now. Srila Prabhupada from the late 1960s, he proceeded to inspire thousands of people, both Westerners and Indians, to devote their life to Krishna consciousness. Once ISKCON was well established in the US, he started working towards spreading the organization mission to other countries. So Prabhupada started his Krishna consciousness in US. So once he has took good grip of US, Prabhupada opened so many centers all over US, and Prabhupada went outside of US, in England, in Denmark, Sweden, Germany, in Asia. So many other countries of the world, Prabhupada started his Krishna consciousness. Okay. In spite of his advancing age, he was deeply devoted to his cause and spent the 1970s traveling around the world, establishing over 100 Radhakrishna temples in all the major cities of America, Europe, Africa, India, Asia, and Australia. He also gained a huge following of disciples hailing from different countries and initiated a total of 5,000 sincere disciples. So before Prabhupada departed from this material world, Prabhupada had initiated 5,000 people. You can imagine 5,000 people in a short span life, about 12, 13 years, Prabhupada initiated 5,000 disciples. That's only initiated. There are so many uninitiated, neophyte devotees, beginners, they were following Prabhupada. But initiated Prabhupada had 5,000 disciples within a short period of time. Srila Prabhupada is best remembered as the founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, in New York City. The society which he initially struggled to establish soon became a fast-growing spiritual movement, and today is a worldwide confederation of more than 550 centers, including 60 farms, 50 schools, and 90 restaurants all over the world. We have 550 centers. Farms, 60 farms, 50 schools, and 90 restaurants, and it's still growing all over the world in 50 years' time. This data, you got it when it was established, a 50 years celebration of ISKCON. Okay, all these were the mercy and the hard work of Srila Prabhupada. He was also a prolific writer who translated and authored several books. Over the last 2 decades of his life, he translated over 60 volumes of classic Vedic scriptures into the English language. His books are popular all over the world and have been translated into several different languages. So now I heard it's more than 80, close to 90 languages have Prabhupada. All over the world have Prabhupada books translated. So book is Prabhupada's, the most important aspect of Prabhupada's preaching, Krishna is book. He spent so much of time writing this book. It's very, very important. That is why all the devotees in this world, you must develop the taste for Prabhupada's book. It's very, very important. You may not like it to read Prabhupada's book, but somehow you must force yourself to read Prabhupada's book. That is special to Prabhupada's book. Prabhupada's book can transform. Prabhupada's books have transformed the whole world. Can you imagine? It's so powerful. So very important for us to read Prabhupada's book. Srila Prabhupada left the mortal world on 14 November 1977. Prabhupada left the world. He departed at the age of 81. A number of memorial samadhis or shrines were constructed all over the world for those of ISKCON in this memory. We have Pushpa Samadhi in Mayapur. We have Prabhupada Samadhi in Vrindavan. In many other places we have. His Pushpa Samadhis also as well. So, in short span of life, 12, 13 years, Prabhupada established what we could say a miracle. Nobody can establish such a thing in 12, 13 years' time. At the age, old age, okay, nobody, Prabhupada have done that. Because Prabhupada is a special. So, he's not an ordinary jiva. He was sent by Krishna to save us. So, all of us should understand that Prabhupada is not an ordinary person. Who is a special soul sent by Krishna to establish the Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada's masterpiece, as you know, is Srimad Bhagavatam. Nobody have given Srimad Bhagavatam like what Prabhupada given. Nobody. We have read Srila Prabhupada Bhagavatam. No people, so many scholars all over the world have glorified Srila Prabhupada, complimented Srila Prabhupada Bhagavatam. He said, ordinary person cannot write such a book. Okay. Even the scholars, all great people have complimented. So that is why it is called Prabhupada Life Masterpiece, Srimad Bhagavatam. So please, all the devotees in this forum, please start to read Bhagavatam. Please start to read at least 10 years, 20 years before our life end, we are able to complete Srimad Bhagavatam. So please read Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very, very important. This is the blood of Srila Prabhupada. Another very important aspect of Srila Prabhupada's contribution to the world is Radhayatra. It's amazing how Radhayatra have come to the level where is unpredictable. You can't predict it. Nobody have predicted that 50 years ago. Okay, all over the world, every country, every major cities, they have the Radhayatra. Okay, they have this in New York, here in London, Canada, Ottawa, Prague, Rome. Okay, we have in New York, Melbourne, Chittagong, Bangladesh, Mexico City, Hong Kong, Japan, Bangkok, Kolkata. I just put few places. And we also have in Paris, Stockholm, Sweden, Singapore, Bali, all over the world, China, Japan, so many places, Malaysia. We have the Radhayatra. It was really remarkable, to see how this Radhayatra was celebrated all over the world. So this is one of the Prabhupada's greatest achievements. One of the greatest things Prabhupada given to the world, that is Jagannath Radhayatra. So, in the during the 50th anniversary celebration, this is a statistic captured by ISKCON, GBC. They said we have 650 numbers, centers, schools, and temples. We have 500 million books distributed in magazine. Can you imagine? 500 million books and magazine distributed, Prabhupada's magazine books distributed. We had 3 billion plates of prasadam distributed. We have 12 million worshippers every year. We have 3,600 Bhaktirisha, Namahata preaching groups going on, study all over the world. We have 6,000 festivals every year. Can you imagine 6,000 festivals every year all over the world? We have 110 the number of Hare Krishna restaurants around the world. 110 restaurants run by devotees all over the world. And we had 100,000 initiated devotees. Okay, after 50 years of ISKCON establishment, we had 100,000 devotees initiated. And we have 665 eco-friendly farms all over the world. Okay. These were statistics shared by GBC during the 50th anniversary. Okay. All of these were the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada have given Krishna consciousness to the whole world. Can you imagine? One old man, at the age of 69, he started to revolutionize the whole world. And now we have all this. It's amazing. That is why they say nobody come to the level of Srila Prabhupada in history. And none will appear in the future as well. So the coming of Srila Prabhupada have been predicted, prophesied in Brahma Vaita Purana. There's a very wonderful conversation between Krishna and Ganga Devi in Brahma Vaita Purana. It is mentioned that text 50, Lord Krishna will tell Ganga, the blessed Lord said, on the earth, 5,000 years of Kali will be sinful, and sinners will deposit their sin in you by bathing. The sinners will come and bathe in Ganga, and they will deposit the sin in Ganga. Krishna will tell Ganga Devi. But Krishna will tell, thereafter, by the sight and touch of those who worship me by my mantra, all your sin will be burned. Krishna said, my devotee will come Vaishnava will come and bathe in your river and purify you and wash away the sin, your sin deposited in you. People's sin deposited. My devotee will purify you. Can you imagine? Vaishnava. How powerful is Vaishnava? Krishna will come. Who are they? Those who worship my name, my holy name. Those who worship my holy name, they will come and bathe in you and purify you. This is what Krishna will tell to Ganga Devi. They'll be chanting of the name of Hari and reading of Bhagavatam, Purana. Reaching such a place, attentively here, Krishna will tell. They'll come to the holy places of Ganga, Yamuna. They'll chant the holy name of Hari and they'll read Bhagavata Purana. It is mentioned, Krishna says that. This happened 5,000 years ago. And it's recorded from Bhagavata Purana. For 10,000 years of Kali, such devotees of mine will fill the whole planet. After the departure of my devotee, there will be only one Varna, outcast. Krishna will tell Ganga. For 10,000 years, that is why Prabhupada said, there will be a Prema Yuga, golden age in Kali Yuga for 10,000 years, where the whole world will be filled by Krishna's devotee. They're chanting the holy name of Krishna for 10,000 years. After that, no more. Prabhupada said, everything finished. There will be only Varna, Krishna's outcast. All be demons running in this world after 10,000 years. So that is why Prabhupada said, in this life you must go back. In this life you must try to go back home to spiritual world. Divide of my devotee, the earth will be shackled by Kali. Saying this, Krishna departed. After Krishna said this, Krishna departed. After he spoke to Ganga. So all these are happening, you can see. All these are happening now. Only 5,000 years. All happen. And Krishna has said that my devotee will come. Those who chant my holy name, they will come and purify, they'll purify the world. This is what Prabhupada, this is what ISKCON all about. So Prabhupada and ISKCON have been predicted by Krishna himself. The coming of Prabhupada, the establishing of ISKCON. So this Prabhupada and ISKCON is not an ordinary thing. This has been mentioned in scripture. Yeah, it has been mentioned by Krishna himself. So all of us are very, very lucky to be the followers of Prabhupada. All of us are very lucky to be part of ISKCON family. So don't waste a chance. Don't waste a chance. Use this chance, this opportunity. After many, many births, he have got this chance. Utilize this opportunity and go back home to spiritual in this life itself. In Padma Purana, there is a very nice verse, very famous verse. Srila Prabhupada used to recite his verse very often in his classes. Aradhananam sarveshum Vishnu aradhanam param Tatmam parataram devi tadi dhyanam samachadam. Once Parvati Devi will ask Lord Shiva, oh my Lord, there are so many puja, aradhanan, so many puja. There are Vishnu puja, there are Shiva puja, there are Durga puja, Vinayagar puja, Murugan puja, Agni puja. So many puja. But which puja worship is the highest, my Lord? Please tell me. She will ask Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva will say, Aradhanam Sarveshwam, within all the worship, Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Lord Shiva will tell that the worship of Vishnu is the highest, the best. But even better than them, worshipping Vishnu is worshipping his devotee, is pure Vaishnava. Lord Shiva will tell, even higher than that, better than that is worshipping his devotee, the Vaishnavas. Lord Shiva will tell that in Padma Purana. And this is also in Padma Purana, very beautiful verse. Lord Krishna will tell Narada Muni, Naham tistami vaikunte yoginam hityesva. Tata tistami Narada yatra gayanti man bhaktaha. My dear Narada, I do not dwell in Vaikuntha. I am not there in Vaikuntha Loka. Or in the heart of the yogis. I am not in the heart of the yogis who are meditating upon me as a Paramatma. I am not there in their heart. You know where I am? But I dwell wherever my devotees sing the glories of my names and pastime. Quality. Krishna said. Wherever my devotees chant my holy name, wherever my devotees speak the glories of myself, I am there. Krishna said, I am there. So this is what ISKCON all about. This is ISKCON. This is ISKCON. Prabhupada has given us exactly what scripture has mentioned. Exactly what Krishna has mentioned. Prabhupada has given us. So this represent ISKCON. Okay. This verse I saw when I came to ISKCON 25 years ago. I read this book and he said, yes, ISKCON is what is mentioned here. ISKCON is bona fide. ISKCON can take me back to spiritual world. Because when I read that this is what Krishna said, and exactly you can see this, whatever Krishna said is in ISKCON. We chant the holy name, we take association of devotees, right? So all these are, we can find in ISKCON. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, Anta Leela 4:126, very famous sloka, Piti Piti Ajayata Nagaradi Grama Sarvata Prachara Hoiba Mora Nama. Mahaprabhu say, in every town and village throughout the world, my name shall be heard. Mahaprabhu say, my name will be heard all over the world, every town and village. Correct? Now we have all over the world they chant. Everywhere they chant. Even Siberia they chant. Even Fiji and Tonga, those cannibal people, they are chanting Hare Krishna. All over the world. Because Mahaprabhu said that 500 years ago, he said in every town and village. That happened because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Prabhupada once said, almost 50% of my devotees they are collected from these disappointed person, young men. Prabhupada said, 50% of the devotees, they are disappointed. The young men, Prabhupada said, they are going astray. So they have appreciated that I have saved them. Therefore, they are after me, this younger generation. They are helping me broadcasting the Krishna consciousness. Conversation, 25 May 1975. So, Prabhupada have started, like I said, this revolution, spiritual revolution, by the help by the youth. Nobody helped Prabhupada except the youth. Right? You can see Prabhupada pictures, Prabhupada always surrounded by the youth. 20 years, 18 years, 25. The elders is about 25 years old. That's all. All the youth. They are the one who helped Prabhupada. So this whole revolution was helped by the youth actually. Nobody thought about that, but we can boldly say that the youth are the one who helped Prabhupada to revolutionize the whole world 20 years ago. I'm getting older and older, and it is getting difficult for me, Prabhupada said. Therefore, I'm requesting all my younger disciples to preach all over the world, Prabhupada said. I'm requesting all my younger disciples. Otherwise, you are always welcome in Vrindavan. I have no objection. You can come to Vrindavan, say few days, but you have to go out and preach all over the world. You have to help Prabhupada say, I'm an old man. It's difficult for me. Now you all young people, you have to help Prabhupada say that. In Vrindavan, letter 18 November 1976. I wish, Prabhupada said once in a letter, I wish to train up the American youth in line of devotional service and entrust them with the temples of Sri Sri Radha Krishna in various parts of the world. Prabhupada said, I want to train all the youth, American youth, and send them all over the world and establish Radha Krishna temple. And that's what Prabhupada did. Prabhupada sends Tamakrishna Maharaj to China. He sent Amoga Prabhu to Malaysia, Bali Martha to Malaysia, Indonesia, all over the world. He sent all the youth, American youth, he trained them and sent them to open our temple. And they opened. And now we have thousands of hundreds of tenders all over the world. Because of these American youth, Prabhupada trained them. My purpose is coming here to enthuse the younger generation. And it is very pleasing to me that Krishna is sending me younger generation, and since it's so like you. I think some of you, like yourself, Sasuru, Brahmananda and Mukunda and Gargamuni, Achitananda, and all of you had already cultivated this Krishna consciousness in your past life. Prabhupada said, all of you, you all were devotee in your previous life. And Lord Chaitanya wants that this movement should be spread in the Western countries. That's why Mahaprabhu had planted all of you all over the world in the Western countries. They were all devotees. Prabhupada said they were devotees in the previous life. There was a letter from Prabhupada in 1967. Okay, let us now come to Malaysian youth. One day I was sitting and this idea was coming to my mind. I just put down all these ideas. I wish that the youth can be trained in all this. I wish the ISKCON Malaysia youth can take up all these projects to develop the youth in Malaysia. So we can have youth basic training. We can have leadership sadhana camp. We can have Japa Asraya courses. We can have Krishna conscious team building exercises. We can have education aid or tuition fees, support the counseling, soft skills, sponsorship for OC training like ILS, Mayapur training, Brahmachari training, and provide manpower to other activities like Hare Krishna. So I thought all these activities, we can do for the youth so that we can develop the youth. So all these are just my thought came to my mind. And maybe Prahlad and all the senior youth can take up these, and can embark all these training programs for the youth in Malaysia. So this also my desire in future. I hope the youth can help to establish, to realize all these dreams. These are also my dreams. I wish we can have Vaishnava schools in Malaysia. We can have old folks home, kindergartens, Gurukul. We can have youth development program, children development program. We can have music academy, restaurant stalls, Hare Krishna media. Yeah, we can have own Hare Krishna TV, Hare Krishna radio. We can have Brahmachari Vanaprastha institution. We can have training center established in Malaysia. We can have our own banks. We can even have a Hare Krishna headhunters where we can find job for the youth, for the devotee. We can have Hare Krishna radio. We can have educational grant scholarship. We can even have a marriage bureau, counselorship, for the marriage. So all these we can have, provided the youth can take up. The youth you have to be the front runners to bring ISKCON to a greater height. You have to do all this. All these are in your hand. Most of our devotees are getting old. Most of us are getting old. So this is a time for the youth to take up how the youth 50 years ago, they helped Srila Prabhupada to revolutionize the whole world. So now back to the youth again. If you want to see Malaysia leap to greater height, so it all depends on the hands of the youth, of you all. So you all have to take up. You have to take up this to establish this as part of your gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has saved us. So this is our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Everyone should preach and distribute books if they want to please me in the best way. This is what Prabhupada said. Yeah. The two most important service Prabhupada liked which pleases Prabhupada is to preach and distribute books. This should be the core activities. That is to preach and to distribute books. Prabhupada said that's the best to please me. Books are the basis. Purity is a fast. Preaching is the essence and utility is the principle. Prabhupada said wonderfully. All of you should memorize it. Should meditate on this word. These are the core words of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, book are the basis. Purity is a fast. Preaching is the essence and utility is the principle. Prabhupada said. My only request to my disciples all over the world on this day is to go on pushing on this movement with determination and sincerity. Prabhupada said, that is a wish of Prabhupada. He wants all the devotees to sincerely push this movement, to spread this movement with determination and sincerity. Rigidly following the principle I given you. Very, very important for us to follow the sadhana Srila Prabhupada given us. The rules and regulations, the technique Prabhupada given. Prabhupada given everything in his books, in his instructions. Prabhupada given. We don't have to find anywhere else. We just take the proper instruction books. We can go back. We can spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, and especially Malaysia. So I hope devotees can take up this. Try to take up this as a gratitude, as a payback to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada given his life for us. So please take up this, try to push this movement, at least in Malaysia we should try to do that. The most important aspect of preaching is Kirtana. Induce the people to chant. That is the only thing, then everything else will follow. So holy name is the base. That is the base of our whole foundation. Our whole movement is the holy name, this Hare Krishna. That is the base. That is the foundation. That's what Prabhupada said. once you have a strong foundation, once we have a strong holy name, then everything will follow. Prabhupada say. Always remember that our first business, preaching and distributing literature. Prabhupada said, these are our two main service. Our first business, preaching and distributing books. Now mind, we have to live under three. Prabhupada said, doesn't matter. We need to live to under three, it doesn't matter, as long as we can do preaching and book distribution. Of course, we don't want to live, we can't live under three. We need temples in all the centers, of course. But Prabhupada, what Prabhupada trying to say, how important preaching and distributing books, Prabhupada said. Okay. This is a wonderful quotation by His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj. Follow a devotee. The more devotee you have, the better for you. They will not only take you to Krishna, they will carry you to Krishna. That is the advantage of being in the association. Okay. Very, very important in our spiritual life to always remain in the association of devotee. Very, very important. Okay. No matter what happens, never leave the association of devotee. Maharaj said that they will not only bring you to Krishna, they will carry you to Krishna. Maharaj said, they will carry you to Krishna. The more devotee you have, the better for you. That is what Maharaj said. What a wonderful he said. And once Bhakti Rasamrita Swami said, we are too busy to become a devotee. We forgot to become human. Okay, please remember. Don't think that we are great, we are devotee, that we forgot to become human. Correct? It's very, because we can see that. You can see some devotee think they are devotee. They forgot to become human. Okay, we don't forget the basic things what we should do as a human. It's a very wonderful pastime. I'm sure all of you know Shama Sundar. He was a very first disciple, one of the first disciples of Prabhupada, the husband of Malati Mata. After Srila Prabhupada departed this world, Pradyumna Prabhu, he was the Sanskrit editor. He was a professor. He was a Sanskrit editor of Prabhupada's book. So after Prabhupada left the world, Pradyumna Prabhu, once Swamishnanda Prabhu met Pradyumna Prabhu. And both of them were talking. And Swamishnanda Prabhu asked Pradyumna Prabhu, what are you doing now, Prabhu? And Pradyumna Prabhu said, I'm working with the United Nations. Oh, Swamishnanda Prabhu said, that's very nice. What kind of job you're doing with the United Nations? And then Pradyumna Prabhu said, my job is that I will interview all the spiritual head. The spiritual organization in the world, I will interview the head and collect the data, the information. So Pradyumna will go and interview all the spiritual, Muslim, Christians, Baha'i, Jains, Hinduism, Buddhists, everyone. Every spiritual leader, he will interview them, the leaders of the organization. And then Swamishnanda Prabhu asked Pradyumna Prabhu, so how many Prabhupads you met out there? Because you're meeting all the spiritual head of the organization of the world. So he asked, how many Prabhupads you met out there? Pradyumna Prabhu said, none. He said, none, zero. He said, not even close. Pradyumna Prabhu said, not even close. Can you imagine? Not even close to Prabhu. All the leaders in the world, not even close to Prabhu. So that is what we are so gifted, we are so fortunate to have Srila Prabhupada, to be the followers of Prabhupada in this moment. To have Prabhupada given us this moment. So never leave ISKCON. Okay, until you die, never forget Prabhupada. We have saved the whole world. If there is a lack of obedience, then there cannot be discipline. And without discipline, we cannot manage a huge organization. So it's very, very important for the devotees, for the youth especially. So to have an organization, to have a discipline, you all must discipline, you all must have organization. This is a very wonderful thing, where Plug Rakshaka and the senior youth have established this youth group, where we have a mentor system, where we have WhatsApp group, where you have all the activities. This is what we call discipline. It's very nice to hear that. Okay? So without discipline, Prabhupada say, we cannot manage a huge organization. But Radhana Maharaj said the integrity means to be honest, to be truthful, and to make great sacrifices. for the welfare of others. As Rama nicely said. Integrity means to be honest, truthful, and to make great sacrifice for the welfare of others. This is what we are here to sacrifice ourselves for Srila Prabhupada. Okay, we are here to sacrifice for ISKCON. That's what. That's all. That is the greatest. That's what integrity means. Okay. So whatever time we have, whatever opportunity, whatever you can contribute to our movement to ISKCON, all are welcome. Okay. You can show your love to me by working cooperatively after I left. Prabhupada said that. Very important. So cooperation is very, very important. Especially in Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to cooperate. You can see it's very difficult. Everywhere they're fighting, right? Fighting. But that's the nature of Kali Yuga. Prayana Paisa Sabya Kalavasmi Yugi Jnanaha Mandas Manda Matayu Mandabhagya Hi Upadata. 5,000 years ago, Vyasadeva already said, in Kali Yuga there will be fight. Upadataha, they will be disturbed, they'll be fighting, quarreling in Kali Yuga. That is the nature. So it's very difficult to have a cooperation. You can see even within our ISKCON. Very difficult to have cooperation sometimes. But this is what Prabhupada said. You can show your love to me by cooperating. So at least I like to see the youth cooperate among yourself and work together as a team to serve Srila Prabhupada's vision. Okay. Henry Ford once said, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, and working together is success. Henry Ford said, okay. So this is Ambarish Prabhu's great-grandfather. Ambarish Prabhu, who are building the TOP temple, his great-grandfather said, coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is a success. And no one can whistle a symphony, it takes an orchestra to play. Okay? Nobody can play a symphony by a single instrument. Everyone has to work together to produce an orchestra or music. Okay? Once, 3 youth, they were drunk. They had a nice time in a pub. They were drunk, smoking, and they were staying in an apartment, 3 of them. So when they came back to the house, unfortunately, the apartment lift didn't work. Malfunction. Malfunction. So they have no choice to climb up the stairs to the apartment, which is located at the 60th floor. So what to do? So the late night, they have to go back to their house. So 3 of them decided. Then for the first 20 floor, they walked up. One person will share jokes so that they don't feel tired. One person will share jokes while they climbing the 20th floor. The next floor, up to 40th, another 20 up to 40th floor. Another friend will tell about nice things, all wonderful things, from his experience, all the nice, wonderful things. And the balance floor, from the 41 to the 60th floor, the third person will share very sad stories. Will share a sad story. This is what decided. And they started climbing the staircase. The first 20th floor, they managed to climb. The friend shared all the jokes and they never felt tired. They managed to climb 20th floor. And the next 20th floor, up to 40th floor, another friend was sharing all the good news, all the wonderful, and they managed to climb up, and they felt very tired. But what to do? They managed to climb up the 40th floor, up to 40th floor. And now the turn of the next youth friend to share all the sorrow news, sad news for the next 20th floor. He should share sad news. And the friend, both the friends asked him, okay, now you can start sharing the sad news. And the friend said, no, I don't want to share. I don't want to share. I don't want to share. And the friend said, no, we have agreed you should share. The last 20th floor, you should share sad news. No, we have agreed that. I have shared jokes. He has shared the good news. And now it's your turn to share the sad news. The friend said, no, I'm not going to share because I share, you all will wake me, you all will wake me up. So I don't want to share. The friend said, no, this is what we agreed. And the third friend said, okay, I'll share, but don't blame me, don't wake me. No. The friend, no. We have agreed. We're not going to beg you. You just share sad stories. And the friend said, actually, I left my car key in the house key in the car. I left my house key, our house key in the car. And both of them bashed up the friend, waked him up. Okay, I just want to share, during Mahaprabhu's pastime, when Mahaprabhu was going for Yatra, he went to Madras, he met one of the greatest devotee, that is Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy was a great devotee of Mahaprabhu, the pure devotee. He was the governor of Madras. And while they were talking, they spent hours and hours talking. And while talking, Ramananda Roy told Mahaprabhu, there are 4 unfortunate people. He told them, there are 4 unfortunate people. Number 1, one who never worship Krishna, they are very unfortunate. One who thinks that his material ambition, his families, and others are all in all, are the second most unfortunate. And third, one who never get devotee association is the third most unfortunate. And fourth, one who is in devotee association but never serve the devotee are the fourth most unfortunate. This is what Ramananda Roy told Mahaprabhu. So devotees, you have to understand, please, that worshiping Krishna is we are very fortunate. And for us to have a spiritual goal to go back home to Krishna, that is very fortunate. And for us to get devotee association, we are very fortunate. And for us to serve the devotees in the association is very fortunate. So please remember this. This was spoken by Ramananda Roy to Mahaprabhu. Champions set goals and losers give excuses. Okay? Champions set goals to improve and improve and improve, but the loser will keep on giving excuses for the rest of his life. Okay, Hare Krishna. Finish my presentation. Next, I have few quiz questions. Okay, a few quiz questions. Hold on, huh? Actually, I given the answer. I supposed to animate it. So anyway, the first question: what's the meaning of ISKCON? Anybody can tell me what's the meaning of ISKCON? Please unmute yourself. Okay, can anybody tell me what's the meaning of ISKCON? Any devotees there?
International Society of Krishna Consciousness.
Yeah, you again. Of course, you know lah. Huh? So when it was established in 1966 in New York, okay, it was registered by Prabhupada in New York City in 1966. Prabhupada gave International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Okay, what are the 2 main devotion services, please? Prabhupada, preaching and book distribution. Okay, these are 2 preaching and book distribution. So I hope the devotee can take up this preaching and book distribution because this pleases Srila Prabhupada. Okay, Srila Prabhupada went to America on what ship? On Jaladuta ship at the age of 69 in the year of 1965. Okay, please remember that. And who will purify Ganga Devi of a sin deposited by sinful people? Krishna said, my devotees, Vaishnavas, will purify Ganga Devi by the sins deposited by the people. When Srila Prabhupada left this world, Prabhupada left this world on 14 November 1977. Who is Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master? His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami was Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.